This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. You chose to hit play on this podcast today. Smart choice. Progressive loves to help people make smart choices. That's why they offer a tool called Auto Quote Explorer that allows you to compare your Progressive car insurance quote with rates from other companies. So you save time on the research and can enjoy savings when you choose the best rate for you. Give it a try after this episode at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
This is the world famous 99X. It's Barnes and Leslie. Crash Clark is here in traffic. We're going to get into the drug business kind of next, where there's a lot of waves being made right now, but you're going to meet a Morning X listener who's in that business who emailed us, and we thought, what the hell? Let's have him on, so you'll meet him next.
Hopefully he's a freeloader, because we have a 99X freeloader app where you get all sorts of free stuff, perks, deals, only though for freeloaders. Make sure you download it. It's brought to you by John Foy & Associates. Personal injury law. Get the strong arm.
So a couple of weeks ago, we got an email. We were just cleaning out our email bag, and we got an email from someone who's a fan of the show who mentioned they have a THC drink. And ironically, we were talking about that. I had discovered them through someone else and actually went out and tried it. And I'll let you know the result of that in just a few minutes. But let's bring on Tommy. Tommy Williams is with Grace Leaf Elixir, Morning X subscriber. Hi, Tommy. How are you?
Hey, good morning, guys. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And we also do video for the show. If you want to picture it, Tommy's sitting in front of a huge hemp leaf.
Appropriate.
Or marijuana leaf made out of rope, it looks like. Very classy. But before we get into it, I want to play a clip. This was from the news about everything going on right now. It's a nice summary of what's going on in the THC space right now, because we have an expert here. Want to get your comment. Take a listen.
New backlash to the spending bill that reopened the federal government. The bill is now set to shut down a key part of the booming hemp industry.
This is the problem with our government. I mean, this is ridiculous.
A last-minute provision to the bill closes a loophole that allowed manufacturers to convert hemp into high-potency THC products through chemical processing, sold with almost no federal oversight. The new provision will cap hemp products at just 0.4 milligrams of THC per serving, a fraction of what's nearly in all products on the market today. Senator Mitch McConnell has been leading the charge to close the loophole.
So they're going to say 0.4. Tommy, what's going on with this?
Yeah, I got to tell you, there's a lot of misunderstood information out there, a lot of misrepresented information. You know, folks are hearing that this industry, which is now close to $30 billion, is going to be done. And shops like ours, which most of this industry are mom and pop, like myself and my business partners, are going to go away. The fact of the matter is, not to get into the political side of it, but they put that language in to get the government reopened, which I think everybody here and all your listeners will be super excited about. So it definitely has our attention. It has the attention of our investors. It has the attention of our lobby groups and our attorneys. To say we're not 100% nervous of it would be an understatement, but we are definitely watching it. Where we sit today is we're of the opinion that we welcome a bit of regulation in the industry. We've been in this industry almost 6 years now. There are some folks out there that aren't necessarily doing the right thing. So I think a little bit of regulation is going to help tie some things in and tie some loose ends up and keep everybody safe, particularly the folks that don't understand what it is they might be buying. We're about clarity over chaos. That's what our product is all about. That's our tagline on there. We're not about necessarily getting high, going to a show, that kind of thing. It's about relaxing. It's an alternative.
Clarity over chaos. I love it. Tommy, you brought up a good point earlier about there's a lot of mom and pop businesses out there like yourself. How does the average person distinguish one from the other? Like, what should we be looking for?
It's all about education. So when you walk into our door at our retail shop or go to one of our websites, it's all about learning the products, because people come in and they think, oh my gosh, this is dope. This is what my parents and my teachers warned me about all these years ago. And that is true, but there's so many beneficial effects of the products that we have here. One of the foundations that we support is called Behind Thin Lines, and it helps veterans and first responders deal with traumatic brain injury and also with PTSD. You can imagine what our heroes in uniform have all experienced. And so these natural medicine products help them to process that information and get back on track.
And I can't claim that I went in looking for any of that because I'm very thankful for our veterans and everyone. I'm glad they're getting relief. I just wanted a buzz. And I thought, I had read about no hangover, no this, no that. You wake up fresh. And I was never a pot smoker. So I'm not that familiar.
Yeah.
But going into I went to Total Wine and I went and they had a little section of stuff. Now, is the government limiting it to 0.4 milligrams? Is that accurate? Because what I drank was 5 milligrams. I saw 10, and actually I meant to drink 10, but I bought several just to test them, and I drank a 5. It did absolutely nothing to me, and I know you can get 50 milligram, crazy levels. Is that true? The government is going to be able to limit that to 0.4? Because wouldn't that kill it?
It would kill it, and a lot of what they're going to limit. The language is very confusing, and the industry is confusing with its labeling, and that's where I talk about the clarity coming in there. It's about the milligrams, and the government is talking about the percentages of the dry weight of these products. And so you have to love capitalism. You have to love entrepreneurs that evolve and process their businesses. There's been a lot of workarounds because the government has really, certain states and certain areas react differently and tighten the regulations that make it hard for this process, for this industry to grow. So we're talking about milligrams, they're talking about percentages. So yeah, the milligrams, a 5% can that you might have had, similar to what we have, might have been similar to a beer or maybe even a liquor drink that you might have had. And that's where the education comes in. Folks are so terrified, they think it's evil in a can, and it's not. It's clarity. It's clarity.
It just didn't do anything to me. It did not. It was not your brand that I tried. I just tried a random whatever.
So
I didn't care.
Are you going to go back and try another one?
I'll try his. I just didn't. The taste, I didn't love the taste. I could taste I guess it's hemp. I mean, I guess that's what I'm tasting or whatever. Yeah. I wasn't.
Flavor is what you're tasting.
Yeah. This is Tommy Williams. He's a Morning X listener who happens to have a brand, Grace Leaf Elixir, which THC drinks and gummies and stuff like that.
Right.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy. Just drop in some details about yourself and see if you're eligible to save money when you bundle your home and auto policies. The process only takes minutes, and it could mean hundreds more in your pocket. Visit Progressive.com after this episode to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
AI agents are everywhere, automating tasks and making decisions at machine speed. But agents make mistakes. Just one rogue agent can do big damage before you even notice. Rubrik Agent Cloud is the only platform that helps you monitor agents, set guardrails, and rewind mistakes, so you can unleash agents, not risk. Accelerate your AI transformation at Rubrik.com. That's RUBRIK.com.
Hey y'all, it's Lainey Wilson. St. Jude gives kids with cancer the chance they deserve. Families never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food. But we can't help these kids without you.
This holiday, help St. Jude find more cures for more children. Donate now at musicgives.org.
Tommy, I got two things I want to ask you. How is your industry so impacted, yet I can go out and I can buy a 15% alcohol by volume beer or a Bud Light, which is only 4.2. I mean, those range all over the map. And the other question I want to ask you, too, is what's the difference with all of this on the shelves where you see Delta 8 and Delta 9? What's all that about?
Yeah, your first question is a great question. The biggest part of it is we're new, right? There's so much misunderstanding. I keep coming back to this about that everything that we're all about is evil. And it's what our parents and, Nancy Reagan and everybody in the 80s warned us about, right? Say no to drugs. And I'm all about that. I'm all about everything in moderation. So are my business partners and all of our team. But it's all about getting things that we can align with the alcohol industry. And if you look at the alcohol numbers, particularly in the younger generations, they're just not there. Bar owners, friends of mine will tell you that their alcohol numbers are down. So getting them to understand that there's no difference between this and having a beer, except the next morning.
Yeah,
the stigma exactly around with it. So making sure that we have that education in there. And again, This is where I welcome a bit of regulation, clarifying what's required on a label, clarifying what producers like ourselves need to say on the label so that the education and looking at a busy shelf full of these products isn't so daunting, isn't so scary. You're not looking behind your, over your shoulder for your sister Margarita who taught you in high school, right? Is going to be watching you buy this dope, that kind of thing.
Sister
and
Margarita.
it's really looking for the clarity that we're all trying to get in there. So tightening things up a little bit and giving everybody a little bit of a roadmap, I think would be great for the industry and for the consumer as well.
So, Crash, I'm kind of surprised you didn't ask what would be the equivalent of a 12-pack to get a buzz on the weekends. What would be the equivalent? 1 or 2?
Well, the one
cans?
that did nothing to me, and I heard you're not supposed to chase it. You're supposed to, wait for it a little bit. Is that true? You're supposed to drink it and then wait until you understand how it affects you.
Yeah, that's the beauty of the journey. It depends on a lot of things. It depends on sort of if you just finished working out. It depends on if you just had a meal. Similar to alcohol, right? We've all learned at my advanced age anyway, how to adapt to alcohol, right? I was out this weekend, at a game and spent the day tailgating, that kind of thing. And I know how to plan for the next day, which sounds counterintuitive, but I got my water by my table, my Advil, I've got this. And you don't need that with these products. That's the benefit of it. So there's different milligrams. 5 milligrams is a great place to start. And yeah, you give it a minute. That's the fun part of the journey is you never know how or when it's going to hit you. Not to be scary, but some days it's going to hit you a little bit harder. Some days it's going to be a light little walk in the park, but it won't have you, drunk dialing or calling old girlfriends or anything like that at midnight. It might have
booty call,
Taco Bell, DoorDash or something, but other than that, exactly.
All right. Everyone get out and support if you're into that kind of thing, Tommy Williams, Grace Leaf Elixir. Where can people buy your drink, gummies, whatever?
So we can buy it online, graceleafelixir.com. We also have a retail location right smack dab in downtown Roswell on Canton Street at 940 Canton Street. And we're open here 7 days a week, and we're all about the education. So come in, and our connectors are going to educate you. It's not going to be a quick in and out. We're going to talk to you about what it is, what your goals are. If it's sleep, if it's stress, if it's the kids, whatever, we're going to talk to you about that and get you on the right track.
All right, Tommy, thank you for joining us. And most importantly, thanks for listening to our show. We love to support small businesses, especially when we know that you're supporting ours.
I can't believe I'm talking to you guys because it's been a 30-year relationship with you guys. So I've been fighting traffic with all of y'all all these years, and I'm so happy
awesome.
to
Thank you.
Thanks for coming back.
Grace Leaf Elixir, that is Tommy Williams, and this is 99X.
Hi, I'm Drew Barrymore, and I want to tell you how you can help to support the life-saving work of St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. When you give, you're helping ensure families never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food, so they can focus on helping their child live. This holiday, help St. Jude give children the greatest gift, a chance at a lifetime.
This holiday, help St. Jude find more cures for more children. Donate now at musicgives.org.